Hi there, I'm Georg Voros and welcome to Alternate Drum Tracks. This short video explains my concept behind the Alternate Drum Track channel that I started on YouTube. As an educator of many years, I find that inexperienced players find it very difficult to deviate from a chart that they're reading or a recording that they've heard. They find it very difficult to spark off new ideas and create something new. They tend to play the same thing. For the more experienced player, this can also happen if they haven't really thought about applying new ideas to what they're playing. So the idea of these tracks is to try and spark up new ideas and to move those players into a different direction. Now there are two schools of thought to this alternate drum track thing. Some people like to hear exactly what they've heard for years and years, especially if they go see a band that they've listened to the same song, say 20 years, and then they finally get to see the band. They want to hear those songs played exactly as they've heard them. And this is especially true for people who don't play a musical instrument. They want to hear exactly what they are used to hearing. Whenever I lay down a track, it's all about the music. I don't think about a clever drum part just because it's a clever drum part which is going to try and make me look cool. I'm always thinking about the music. Does the drum track that I offer serve the music? So your drumming should always serve the music. I've chosen to play a variety of different styles on my alternate drum tracks, from jazz to rock to Latin and so on. And some of the tracks that I play to are sort of the pre-click era, if you know what I mean. They were recorded way back in the 70s and they were not played to a click track. So on listening to these alternate drum tracks and the music, bear in mind that not everything that you hear there is click specific, as in the newer tracks that you'll hear obviously would have been laid down in a studio with Pro Tools and put onto the grid. So how do you develop the ability to play outside of the box? Well, the first thing is to experiment. Be prepared to make mistakes. I remember talking to a friend many years ago who's a very good keyboard player, and I said, how can I develop the ability to solo? And he said, play the music and just play anything and experiment and let things come out. And eventually things start to emerge that sound correct, and then your ear gets trained towards that. I think it's the same with drumming as well. If you've never played outside of the box, you've got to experiment and of course get help from your drum teacher in help on how to do that. But you've got to be prepared to make mistakes. Play different styles. If that's not your bag, then become the best player that you can in your style of music, whatever that is. Personally, I've played a lot of different styles. I have my favorite styles, but I've pretty much played a lot of styles and enjoyed doing that kind of thing, and that's what happens on my alternate drum tracks. As you can see, a lot of different styles come across. You must be prepared to listen, meaning that if you want to get into a certain style, you have to listen to that kind of music. I remember a new student coming along and said to me, I want to learn to play jazz. And I said, well, that's cool. And I said, do you listen to jazz? And he said, no. And I said to him, well, how do you know how it should sound? So be prepared to listen and open up your ears to the style or the styles of music that you want to play. And then again, experience. Play with a lot of people, especially my younger students or those students who haven't been playing that long. I encourage them to play with friends or join a band to get the experience of playing with other people. lastly, be prepared to accept criticism. Because once you start to do different things, people might not like it. And you may go in a different direction with what you're doing, and someone may not like it and criticize you. It all depends on who's criticizing you as to the level of how you should accept it. If whoever is talking to you, criticizing you, what you've done, and they're very, very knowledgeable in what they do, then listen to them because they're trying to help you. If someone's criticizing what you're doing and knows nothing about what you're doing, then that's up to you how you want to handle that situation. So keep on playing, find your groove and find your voice, and play what you want to play.